Hello viewers, my name is Rashpal and I'm a migration agent at Aussizz Sydney, and today we are going to discuss dependent visa and how to lodge a dependent visa, what's the requirement, what's included in the dependent visa. So let's start with the topic. So dependent visa, let me discuss with you guys who the dependent and what's the inclusions of the dependent. So dependent is a person who is dependent on another person at the time of the application, lodgement of the application. The first person has to be wholly or substantially reliant on the other person in terms of financial support or their basic needs like foods, clothes, shelters, and all that things. And the inclusions are the partner can be the dependent, or the children, their children can be the dependent. So children mean that if they are less than 18 years of old, then they can be included in the dependent visa. So if a child is over 18 years old, then they need to lodge their independent visa. Let's say, for example, if it is student visa, then he need to lodge his own student visa. So that can be lodged, dependent visas can be lodged onshore or offshore. So if you're talking about dependent, partner dependent, so that can be by way of marriage or de facto relationship. So we need to make sure that in some of the countries like Nepal, India, Bangladesh, they doesn't allow the de facto relationship. So if they are onshore and they are in de facto relationship, then they can lodge the dependent visas based on the visa categories. So there are two types of dependent visa we can lodge, that onshore and offshore obviously, and one with the decided applications and one with the pending applications. So say for example a person has lodged a student visa and he doesn't get married or he doesn't have a de facto relationship at the time of the application of the student visa, then we can lodge the student dependent after the decision has been made on the student visa. Secondly, 482 visa, that's employer nominated visa. So 482 visa is a work visa, as we know already. So in that visa, once the application has been decided, we can lodge another application after the decision has been made by the department on 482 visa, and similarly on 489 visa. So these are the basic visa, like people just come across with this sort of visas, that they can lodge the student dependent, ENS dependent, or 489 visa dependent after the decision has been made by the department. Another category is if the application for the dependent visa, any visa has been pending and no decision has been made by the department, and a visa applicant is got married or is in a de facto relationship and they decided to go with the dependent, and they can include the dependent while application is pending with the department. So student visa. So in this scenario, they might decide that after lodging a student visa onshore, that they want to include their partner or their children of the partner into the application. Then they can include, they can lodge while decision hasn't been made on the application. They can include the student dependent. They need to update the department by way of a form that they have been in a relationship, or they are in a relationship, or they have been in de facto relationship from so date, and then update the department so that they can include their dependent on to the application, and decision can be made in favor of both the applicants. So that the application, while the application has been pending, so the visas which we can include the dependents are student visa, 482 visa, 489 visa, obviously all the skill visas, 189, 190 and 489, and ENS 186 and 187. So if you have any question, guys, just let us know, contact us so that we can clarify your doubts regarding that. So thank you.